Well, Facebook. This is Andy Petronic, and Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or wherever you happen to see this, or in my podcast. I have not gone live in a while because I've been on vacation and recharging my batteries. And today I want to talk about self-leadership versus asking for help. And here's the context. By the way, I don't have a solution for this. This is something that I'm thinking through, talking through. Over the weekend, I was at a spiritual gathering, spiritual retreat, and I was around a group of people that I'm newly acquainted with. I know them some. I don't know them well, but they know each other really well. They're a group that's been doing these retreats for a long time. And one of my intentions in going into this was to assert my own trust and confidence in myself, to assert leadership over myself, and to trust that I knew where to go. Like in my mind, as I experienced the ins and outs of this retreat, to just trust in myself. And as I went through it, I was very content in that. But I was also uncomfortable because I felt as I went through it, there was part of me that wanted to, I felt a little bit like a fly on the wall. Like I was not part of some of the other things that were going on with the other people in the group. And I resisted, help's not the right word really. I resisted asking or reaching out or asserting myself or saying, hey, I could use some guidance, perhaps is the right word. And because part of my intention was essentially to not do that, to really go in on my own and to lead myself. So although I was living into my intention, it was very uncomfortable. And now maybe that is the way it's supposed to be, because I am very much, I'm very open to receiving help, input, guidance from other people. And I've asked for it a lot over the course of my life. That's my normal, that's my MO. I don't normally not ask. But I also know that I am very reticent to ask for help. I don't like to show, asking for help to me means there's a weakness in asking for help. There's a weakness in, and there's like a vulnerability that I don't know, that there's something wrong that I don't know, that that I should know, like self-judgment on top of on top of that. And so then there's shame, like the shame in that, well, I should really know better at this point. I should know how to do this. I've done a lot of meditation retreats before. I've spent a lot of time meditating before. I've been I've been in a lot of these situations. I shouldn't have to ask for help. I'm good enough at this, right? That definitely was going through my mind. And on top of that was going through my mind, these other people all have a relationship with one another, know each other, and I was kind of intruding on their relationship. Like I said at the beginning of this live, I don't have an answer. I'm sitting in this quandary of wondering how to navigate these waters. And I don't think there's an answer. I think there's if I had to go back and do it again, I think there are a few times I would have asked. I think there are a few times that I would have reached out. And that might have just given me the direction that I needed to go in order to assert my leadership. More like guardrails. Rather than just trying to go it alone the whole time. Maybe that is maybe that's an option. I think the other piece for me is accepting and leaning into a willingness to ask for help, a willingness to drop the judgment, drop the shame, forgive myself for judging myself as bad or wrong for not being willing to ask for help, and forgive myself for judging myself for thinking I should know better, for thinking that I should be like I should be experienced at this. I shouldn't need help, because I think that was another thing that was blocking me from connecting with the other people and for asking for help for myself. Because when the retreat was said and done, we talked about the experience, and my experience was definitely other people had the experience in that moment of, why didn't you ask? Why didn't you ask for help? They were very willing. It was a very loving group that was willing to support me, and I, in the moment, didn't consider that and didn't look at that. So those are my thoughts today. One of the reasons I share thoughts like this without answers is I'm practicing my willingness to be in the unknown. And I think it's a state that all of us can use more time in. And I also share this because perhaps you're struggling with something very similar. And I find it very helpful to recognize that I'm not the only one. And I've got a feeling I'm not the only one that struggles with something like this. So if it's something you struggle with, let me know. Put something in the comments as you watch this, and I'd love to hear about it, or just so I don't feel alone. All right, everybody, have a great day. See you next time.